Storm.
Welcome back to Peace Storm. I just drank a little bit of water and took a Zyrtec, so hopefully soon I can stop sniffling and sneezing and coughing and shedding and farting before we get to the end of this, before we get to the bottom of this trial. But, you know, for now, we're gonna find out why Hiro, faked Sakura's dying message. Because I killed her! Oh. Well, that was anticlimactic. You're admitting to killing her? Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, but just like it said... You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool. And when I got there... Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy. Oh, sure, thanks. And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something. This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything. As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind, and before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table, and I ran away. I can't believe you. You're the worst. I hope you die. We all die sooner or later, Toko. Well, that's what happened. Go ahead, roast me, boil me, do whatever you want. You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. Ready to vote now, right? We know who did it. No. I think there's more to Hiro's story. What are you talking about? What else could there be? There's one thing about Hiro's story that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. Until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed. So what is it that Hiro did that doesn't make sense? What do we have to do after writing the message? It doesn't make sense. I guess why he didn't use Sakura's finger? Why didn't Hiro put blood on Sakura's finger to make it look like she'd written it? Actually, don't answer that. I just panicked. I didn't even think about that. Yep, he wasn't thinking. You wouldn't have thought about that even if you didn't panic. Anyway, that's not the point I was trying to make. Okay, I gotta be careful. I only have three and a half hearts left. What Kyoko is saying is, Hiro did something with the message that doesn't make sense if he was trying to blame Toko. Oh, why the magazine was hidden. That's true. Everything you just said, it doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? Huh? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it? Oh, well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table. Really? He's lying. He's gotta be lying. I don't see any reason why he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime. Then he's not lying? Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put that magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person in the rec room was in the rec room both before and after the incident. I don't think there's any question about that. Then who was it? If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it. Someone who wouldn't like what had been written. There's only one choice. I'm on to you, Toko. It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it? Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Bro. Bro, if that turns out to be the truth, I am gonna shit. Cause like, wow. So I guess Hiro really is the ultimate clairvoyant. He guesses things completely by accident. Why would I have? Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it. That's right, I killed her. No, you didn't. Who asked you? I don't doubt that Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends. What do you mean? What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer. You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it. Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear that he's not Sakura's killer. So what do you want me to do? Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura. I don't really see why, but okay. We haven't reached the end of this case just yet. Hiro isn't the real killer. I have to prove that. Okay. So Kyoko's examination summary, the status of the dead body, and what else? Oh, the yellow powder. Alright, well, let's take a look at the weak points first. Okay, from behind. I found it. I found where I'm supposed to shoot. No, shut up. It was Von Karma. It's always been Von Karma. If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds. Huh? 2? That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head. And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her. But I only hit her once. Why would she have 2 wounds? 2 wounds mean she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle. Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice, with 2 Monokuma bottles. It's not just because of her head wounds, it's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves. There's something very suspicious about those bottles. Ah, so that's why the broken glass weighed more than a whole bottle. Because it was enough broken glass to account for 2 bottles. But then why was there only 1 Monokuma figure? Dun dun dun! Yeah, the real killer must have taken one of them to hide the fact that she was struck twice. Goddamn, Hero just can't catch a break. Been framed for murder twice now. Once you understand that point. No, 3 times. 3 times if you count Leon. Holy fuck. Okay, dude. Hero. He's the ultimate. Okay, what do you call someone who's been framed? Like, there must be like a noun to describe someone who's been framed for murder. Hero is the ultimate that. Actually, let me look this up on the. Let me look this up on the reverse dictionary. Onelook.com. Here we go. Reverse dictionary. Person who's been framed for murder. Okay, that's... No, person who's been framed for murder, not convicted. It's listing things like assassin or felon. It's like, no, those are people who... Those are words for someone who has actually committed murder. But you know what? We're getting off track here. Back to the game. Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hero hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1's gone missing. But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles? That's easy. If you look at the bottle, what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
The correlation between the Monokuma bottles, I feel like it's starting to become clear. That connection must be... It's the object that the Monokuma figure inside each bottle is holding.
Bishop piece. Oh, no, chess piece. Okay. E. 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 Are you Ian? I want to talk to you. Are you Ian? No, I'm Pablo.
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece. King? Or
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of these.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter? I guess you don't know much about chess, do you? Let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4. And on the ground was the knight. Ah, so the queen's missing.
So we only have evidence of 5 bottles at the scene, and apparently 1 went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything? Yeah, shogi is way better. Yeah, wait, no, that's not what I mean. So let's say a bottle did go missing. There's no evidence that it has anything to do with this case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder. No, it's clear the missing bottle is connected to this case. How is it clear? Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in, and then maybe you'll understand.
Wait, then the bottle that was missing... The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at the scene.
What is this evidence?
It wasn't just a single broken bottle. The evidence that proves that is... Kyoko and I figured it out before. Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier, and the reason for that is... there was actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
What? So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, going along with the figure inside. And when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove. But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. There can be no doubt the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by... The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
Killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? What? There's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place. Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it. No way! You killed her, I'm sure of it. Shut up. Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her. I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it. Okay, fine, let's hear it. It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early, you know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up and she went in the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared. And you just now decided to share that with us. After the shock of thinking I killed someone, I forgot all about it. Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose. So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to? You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room. I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide. What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find.
New element's been added to bullet time battles. So far, you've probably been pressing the left mouse button during your final strike without a second thought. But from now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you'll have to choose the proper truth bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way during the non-stop debate. Simply press the Q key or use the mouse wheel. Also like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you'll have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless, just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you! Damn. 2 bullet time battles in one trial. This is getting nuts. Okay. Whew. Okay. That was pretty touch and go. Fuck. Was it this one? Shit. Alright, let's try that again. That was just a shot in the dark.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? I thought that was interesting. They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't. Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right? Jesus. Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth. Okay, it's my handprint. Dang, she just straight up admitted it. Then you killed Sakura. No, I swear, there's no way. Out with it. I probably did kill her. Straight up again! Wait, what do you mean probably? Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura? Talk, now. After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went to the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in that locker. Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her? Yes, I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message. Well, that's awkward. So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry. Imbeciles, all of you. Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura? After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me, like a monster growling. When I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after all that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean...
Achoo! Guess who's back? Back again. There's too many syllables to make it flow naturally, but tell a friend. It was your fault after all. My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights. Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura? Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully, when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit, I wondered? So I opened my eyes to see. Splatter everywhere. I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you and you're terrible. No, she's terrible. Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever. So when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you? I wasn't about to die for some woman. If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master. Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it. But I just can't catch a break, you know. Fate's got it out for me. 'Cause normally, Sakura would have been able to dodge my attack no problem. Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack. Hey, come on, that's, you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre, so that's good.
So that's good? Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. You're ready to vote, right? Let's do this. No, not quite yet. Huh? Not yet? Why not yet? Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed. Odd? Huh? Hiro's attack and then Toko's. But that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about. Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is...
Bro, it could have been anyone at this point. I know I said that before, but it's like it could really be anyone at this point. Oh fuck! What truth bullets do I have? Okay, status of Sakura's body, the yellow powder, and Kyoko's examination summary. So the same truth bullets as before. I've only got 2.5 hearts left, so okay. Ogre covered in blood.
So if the second shot from Toko is what killed Sakura, then the problem is, where did Sakura die? It was...
Okay, status of Sakura's body. Seated in a chair, slumping forward. Yeah, and I doubt Toko could have moved her body. Because, you know, much for the same reason she couldn't move Hifumi's body, Sakura was fucking huge. Like, maybe not as heavy as Hifumi, but still pretty heavy, because, you know, because muscle weighs more than fat. You couldn't see that, but I was flexing when I said that, so that's why I went, ugh. Alright. I'm gonna have to be careful with my shots, but, okay, whew, I was right.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of the death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So you finally noticed. That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer. Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair? No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence that proves there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf.
What? Oh, I know. Pick me. The blood.
Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stained by the magazine is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it, cause when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now. Look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors.
Called it.
There's no way I can move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end? But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh? So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? While everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group?
No, I don't think that's possible. The reason there's no way Toko was hiding in the locker is because... even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay, then where was she hiding?
I don't know. That's what this whole What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her.
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her, thank you very much. You're lying. No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And? Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her. That's because you're overlooking vital information.
Could we really be missing something so important?
Yeah, the poison, obviously.
If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's...
Okay, the poison's gotta be one of the... Okay, yellow powder. That must be it. Or maybe it's Monokuma file number 4. It could be any of them. Let's see. Let's take a look. Okay, let's see if... okay. Evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point, the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Okay. What is the, these accounts say? Sakura had written notes. Okay, that's probably not the right truth bullet to use. So it's either the yellow powder or the Monokuma file. Alright, so I think I have to shoot Hina's statement with Monokuma file number 4.
According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomiting blood. Not to mention, I couldn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies.
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries. But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body, most likely. Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake. You're making me go all weak in the knees. She was poisoned? It isn't possible. Is it really so hard to believe? Let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her. You can explain it? Of course, if you don't mind. Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master! But you're the only one talking. The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor. Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along? You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene. Well, yeah, good point. There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this. Is that the poison? It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink the entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it. Where'd you find it? The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements, in B, reagents, and in C, a variety of lethal chemicals. And that's where the poison came from? Section C? Well, that's the question, isn't it?
The bottle of poison that Byakuya showed us, I'm sure I know where he got it. It was on the same shelf as all the supplements, I'm positive. The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said Section A was for supplements or whatever. Strange, isn't it? Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives? Yeah, so why?
Wait, did I read that right?
Because the culprit switched it out, that's why. What do you mean? I mean this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison up to his lips and...
Huh? Master?
We were all so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful. Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water. You can't just swallow powder, it'll stick to your throat.
Idiot! He just swallowed poison. We need to make him spit it out.
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Ah, sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder. The poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
A bottle of poison that was actually filled with protein powder. Which would mean that, conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be?
Protein drink.
Protein!
Ah! Okay. I want the D. Come on, where's... No, fuck you.
The poison must have been poured in the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison. Holy crap! Holy crap, Lois! This is weirder than that time Yeah, I don't know. All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison. What? That's all it took to kill Sakura. That's the true cause of death. You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing. But that was offered her instead of a bottle full of poison. But what was offered to her instead was a full bottle of poison. I didn't read that right the second time, and I don't care to correct myself. Now I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures. For real? Who was it? I guess we'll have to find out next episode.